One PHEV type, the one based on EVs, always had great potential, is now one of the fastest growing vehicle types and can play a key role in emissions reduction. The other, those based on combustion engine vehicles, can be a boost for performance vehicles, but are becoming increasingly less relevant for any other role and have helped give PHEVs a bad name when it comes to emission reduction. Confusing? It is. And much of the confusion dates back to a holy war that began in 2010 with the GM Volt, which GM called an EREV, Extended Range Electric Vehicle. Despite having created a vehicle, EV purists saw as not really still an EV, since it had features making it sufficiently usable when driven on gasoline as to be an attempt to provide best of both worlds rather than just an EV with a way to extend its range. For a purist, using gasoline power to get to the next charger is acceptable. But if the vehicle's practical to drive on gasoline power anytime you choose, then it's no longer an EV. The California Air Resources Board couldn't allow this for vehicles eligible for subsidies and introduced the only formal rules defining a range-extended electric vehicle. Rules so strict that the only vehicle ever to comply had to use software to restrict drivers to 1.9 gallons of its 2.4-gallon fuel tank. As with many wars, seems neither side won. From 2014, combustion engine PHEVs took over and in practice delivered little other than a performance boost for those willing to pay the premium. But in China, BYD had been working on EV-based versions since 2008 and by 2020 was able to efficiently make EVs and EV-based PHEVs on the same vehicle platform, back when others were still problematically trying to build EVs on combustion engine platforms. BYD flipped the script and made it work. Meanwhile, Li Auto revived EREV in updated form, ignoring those California rules and using newer technology that made EREV-style limitations far less of an efficiency penalty when driving on gasoline. Still, around 80% of EV-based PHEVs, including all those from BYD, choose fuel efficiency over the EREV label. By mid-2022, in just 2 years, BYD had transitioned all its vehicles EV platforms, making all of its products either EVs or EV-based PHEVs. The result was an unprecedented explosion in vehicle sales, leading all other Chinese brands, and now also Western brands, to adopt the same strategy to survive the combination of the auto industry's great pivot and the impact of BYD and the other Chinese brands. As a result, expect to see a lot of PHEVs over coming years, but ones that bear little resemblance to the electrified gasoline vehicle PHEVs we have mostly been seeing in the West.